You're good now.
Well, no, unnecessary class problem.
Yeah.
But basically,
So you.
at Jim's last year's.
Yes, yes. So, yeah, so Jim had, at that point, he was still working, but, Tom and Bluey were there.
I had very successfully come in, and I must have been, I'm sure they never thought of it as following the footsteps. Following the footsteps, but not ever to take over.
Right.
They would never take over Jim.
Right.
As
Right.
Jim could never take over George.
Right.
But they have been marvelous. And so we can do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're on?
Yeah, we're on. We're
Okay.
on. We're rolling.
So about 2 years before he died, Jim had an opportunity to talk to a fellow and said, would you be interested in buying George H. Wilson? And he was a fellow from San Joaquin Valley with a large company, and he often does business in Monterey and Carbell and that area. And there was a long talk, but it didn't work. It doesn't matter. So it matters that it gave Tom and Blue the freedom when the opportunity to sell. They knew that they had his permission because of the trial run, and they kept that a secret, rightfully, for months and months, I gather, working out all the ins and outs that you do, and so the day of the event came, and here, that huge big corridor, we were probably freezing this morning.
Yeah.
They had a party. Once more, they've had little Christmas parties and little lunches here and there, but the whole group was announced that there would be a group, and so that whole tape room, the corridor, the in and out, had round tables and jittery employees.
I bet. Yeah. I mean that.
And with newcomers over there. I wonder who they are. And I was there, and Tom introduced it beautifully, and I wish I could give him all the credit of his words, but it really was, we have made a decision, and we want to introduce you to a company that has always respected us to such a degree, I just heard this recently, to such a degree that they never bid in this area because who wanted to compete with George H. Wilson? So that's really a compliment.
Yes, that's the ultimate compliment.
That's the ultimate. Oh, I'm sure they, I'm not going to say that's in gold.
Yeah, yeah.
But so they were there, and the employees were there, I was there, and let's see. They introduced to the employees the company was sold, and within 2-3 years it would be finalized, and that's when the red trucks were going to stay, ink left, and all those major events. And there was commotion, eye motion, I would say, from employees, like, oh dear, what does this mean to me? What does this mean to John Doe, who's been here forever? And all of that. The spokesman for ADCO, is it ADCO?
ADCO, yeah.
Yeah. They spoke of what their future and their past and what their goals, and what they would be doing. They'd be taking the name change only to such a small point as the ink. But because of their larger businesses, they could not have, and they wrote down, and I really didn't pay any attention, but what it really was saying is we must apply for government law. And so in the building was a young man, and he knew the writing on the wall, and the next day he came to Tom and Blue and said, "I'm an immigrant, I cannot stay." Because that was part of, and he had a job within the day, so they were grateful. But it went from a family to a business, and so I just think that they had a very, very nice job of handling. They just did the stadium. Did you know that, Asko?
Yes,
I mean,
they
they're
did tell
big
us that.
stuff.
Yes. Yeah, that's as big as it gets.
Absolutely. So at the end of the meeting and lunch, the representatives, I don't know their names, Mr. Big and number 2, came up to me, and I thought, in just the most elegant way, said, "Can't tell you what a wonderful job you did, you and your family did, to raise these men who we're so proudly working with." And I was just so pleased that they come up to Ma. Instead of saying, "We've come to save you," or something.
Yes.
They could have.
Yes.
Their attitude could have said that. And I think it's been a very successful move. I'm sure there have been squeaks. Every change, when you move from Watsonville to Santa Cruz and Aptos, everything's a change.
Yes.
And so I'm sure I don't hear it. I'm lucky I don't hear it. But I see it by their faces that things are okay. I think they have, in fact, part of why I have was the change in Jim's office. That little tiny office got unpacked and ended up in Tom and Connie's garage and places, and here. And so I think it's, to me, I am thrilled that they have their future. Jim never was given a future. He was given gifts beyond belief, backbone, everything, but he was never allowed to say, "I'd really like to be a doctor." He would have been a very, very good doctor, matter of fact. He loved bandages and things like that as a father. But Tom and Blue, at age 60, whatever they are, they have a chance. And so they may stay on. That's part of the unwritten rules. Bluey is so skilled at the estimating that I wouldn't be surprised that he would come in for jobs or stay for jobs. And Tom, I don't know. I think he's an I don't know. I don't know if this is for, I don't know that you know this about Tom, that he builds bicycle trails. That's very much part of his life. He and volunteers and stout fellow friends. I've heard by the grapevine, and I don't know if this is true, and you must knock this off if this isn't true, that that's who he'll work for, that he will be that.
Interesting.
So I think it's wonderful because Tom is free to do that. They are free Jim was, he would not have, thank God for Aunt Sue and her $10,000. We were free some parts of the year to travel.
Yeah.
But he was never unchanged. And they are. And to me, I burst into tears with their freedom.
Yes, that's great.
So I'm proud to have been part of this company. I erased that. I'm proud to, yes, be part of it, to admire what they did. I'm proud that I gave Bluey and Tom and Julie and Peter until the boots got gummy. Their sense of pride in ownership, and it's a fine company, and I can't think of a better way to say, great job, well done, and thanks to George and Wave and Jim and their energy now. So good luck, everybody. So.
Thank you. That's great.
And I think what you're doing, I think a documentary in honor, you know, there are documentaries over the big high mucky mucks of the world, but to honor at the 100th birthday of a company who went from bib overall to, I remember George showing me the magazine, Fortune 5. Have you ever talked about that?
Well, yeah, someone did at one point. Yeah, I mean, in fact, the Yakko guys did.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, because they were talking about the history and obviously how big
Right.
it is now.
Yeah, just incredible. But I mean, the pride in George and Wave announcing and showing me the magazine that they're one of the 500 best of the best.
We need to find that magazine.
Yes, I wonder where it is.
It's got to be somewhere. We've got some archives. We've got some. You know Jeffrey Dunn?
Oh, I do.
Yes.
And I'm thrilled that he will bring all your talents together.
Yeah. So Jeffrey, I'm sure will be able to find that.
I could reach
Fortune
over.
500 for it.
Yes, I mean, even, is it still a magazine?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Yeah.
Copies.
So we'll find that.
He has to find that. So anyway,
Well,
it's
thank
been a
you.
pleasure. It's a
all
pleasure
pleasure's all
honoring
ours.
them. I was
Yeah.
not the best kid on the block, but I honored them.
Yes. Well, thank you. Yeah, and you basically summed it up there because I was going to ask you what you were most proud of about the fact that you raised this family and you raised these 4 kids and 3 of them are now still working in the family business and
With
what kind of
pride.
pride that gives you
Yeah, yes, I think
as their
that.
mother.
Well, yes, as a mother, yes, as not part of the business.
Yeah.
That was very clear.
That's what I'm saying. Just as a mom.
And it's so.
Like, they could have gone off and been on some other company that had
Oh,
no
oh.
relation to
Oh,
your family,
actually,
but
this
was
is a tribute.
successful.
This is back to George. Bluey was at Cal Poly, graduating from mechanical engineering, and what do you call it? Interviews were set up. And as the boy graduate, he was there, and this one company from the Midwest, and a company I have no recall on name, they said, "Wow, we like this kid," and they called back to the George of this company in the Midwest, and the George said, "Well, bring him here," and he went and sat on the couch as he had with his grandfather,
Wow.
and interviewed this giant company in the Midwest.
Oh,
And
goodness.
here's this little, this beach-oriented California kid sitting in, I just can't put it together. And they're saying all sorts of things, and they said, how have you've done so well? He said, well, I sat next to my grandfather and listened.
Yeah.
I sat by my grandfather and listened. So out of that great interview came what they had in mind for Bluey. Bluey, who born and raised in California, Thresher, swimming, the whole bit. that his first job would be to build a water plant or be head of a water treatment plant in Kansas. That was the end of that. So that's the end of this.
Oh, that's a great story.
Oh.
Thank you so much.